Breaking news in golf. Phil Mickelson is indeed signing up with LIV Golf and will play in the inaugural event beginning this Thursday in London. Now, he has not played since February when he got in hot water over his comments about Saudi Arabia, which is backing this new tour, and also comments about the PGA Tour. He did not play in the Masters. He did not play in the PGA Championship. The U.S. Open, which is the one major Phil has yet to win, is next week. But lefty now, the biggest name to join LIV Golf, which is also signed Dustin Johnson, Sergio Garcia, and some others. Now, this is some of what Phil Mickelson had to say in a statement today. I am thrilled to begin with LIV Golf and appreciate everyone involved. I also intend to play the majors. I fully realize and respect some may disagree with this decision and have strong opinions, and I empathize with that. I have a renewed spirit and excitement for the game. I am incredibly grateful for the support of my fans, partners, friends, and peers, and hope in time those sentiments, relationships, and support continue. All right, let's bring in our golf reporter, Doug Bell, who's been covering the PGA Tour for a long time. Doug, what I found most interesting about this is that Phil says he still intends to play the majors. How is that going to be possible with the PGA potentially bringing down sanctions on these players like Phil, like DJ, who are going to play in this LIV Golf Series?
Well, Chris, everything's happening in warp speed now. The announcement just about 10 days ago that LIV was going to get off the ground. They announced 41 of the 48 players that were going to participate later this week at Centurion Golf Club just outside of London, England. Excluded from that original list was the name of Phil Mickelson. And this past week at the Memorial up in Dublin, Ohio, that was the question everybody was talking about. What's going to happen with Phil? Well, he waited until Monday after Jack's tournament to make the major announcement that he will participate in the new rival league backed by Saudi Arabian money. Reportedly, Phil will get upwards of $200 million for a 3-year commitment. There's only 8 tournaments per year. 5 of those will be in the United States. To answer your question, right now, the governing bodies of professional golf, that includes the Masters, the United States Golf Association, the PGA of America, and the RNA, which obviously heads up the Open Championship, they have not made an announcement or decision on the players who've committed to the new rival LIV League. Obviously, there's going to be legal battles. Obviously, they need to figure out what to do with these players. It's not just Phil Mickelson, who is one of the biggest names in the modern game, but it's Dustin Johnson, it's Sergio Garcia, it's Louis Oosthuizen. These guys are all major champions. You have players who have won this year on the PGA Tour, Taylor Gooch, Hudson Swafford. It's an interesting list of people who are now jumping ship, but they all hope to continue playing in the major championships, which obviously are not governed by the PGA Tour.
They are throwing a lot of money around, but with the first tournament coming up in London this week, it's not like you're going to turn on a network and watch wall-to-wall coverage of this event. It's going to be streaming on YouTube, we hear. There's not a lot of money in that. How is this golf series going to make up the amount of money that they're spending with the report that they went after Tiger Woods for almost $1 billion?
Chris, great question. And normally you would have to have advertising dollars. You would have to have a television network backing you. And remember way back when in the 80s and early 90s when Greg Norman first proposed this World League, he got Rupert Murdoch of Fox to come on board. They had a TV contract in place that never got off the ground. This one will tee off on Thursday in London, England. Now with the availability on your iPhone and iPad, you can download an app and watch it from virtually anywhere. It's a different era, not only in the game of golf, but obviously in the communications field as well. And from what I understand, the Saudi Arabian people who are backing this LIV League, they're not concerned with TV ratings or eyeballs right now. They simply wanted to make a splash. They wanted to get it off the ground. They wanted to make a name for themselves. And certainly they have, because something tells me a lot of people will be watching this week. Phil Mickelson hasn't played since February. We haven't heard anything from one of the greatest players in the history of the game, certainly in the modern era. And now Dustin Johnson is not playing this week in Canada. his old sponsor was RBC. And now he's gone away from that and he'll be playing. So there is interest in the LIV League. We'll see if that interest continues. It's just a 54-hole tournament, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, a shotgun start. It won't be on all day. It'll be a short window. Again, $4 million purse. The winner is going to cash in a lot of money. It'll be interesting to see what's happening. It's the crazy times we live in. I never thought in a million years, I just didn't think this LIV thing was going to get off the ground, but it will tee up in London, outside of London, this Thursday with Phil and DJ heading the list. Really amazing when you think about it.
Yeah, and the timing of this, too. We are right in the middle of the golf season. We've got the U.S. Open coming up next week. What's going on behind the scenes at the PGA Tour right now?
Well, again, remember during the COVID shutdown, Jay Monahan, the outstanding commissioner of the PGA Tour, got all the governing bodies together. And again, we mentioned those names again, the PGA of America, the USGA, the RNA, and obviously the people who run the Masters. Everybody got together and they came up with this new schedule. We had a 3-month shutdown. And then when we came back, Jay Monahan spearheaded all that. Hey, we're gonna shift things around with the PGA Championship and the Players Championship. We're gonna shift events around. We're gonna help out the European Tour, our partners there who are hemorrhaging money because of what happened during COVID. So Jay Monahan brought everybody together. And right now, all those organizations are a bit stunned about what is happening with this LIV. Obviously, Commissioner Monahan has warned the players, if you do this, you face possible suspension. But as of right now, we just don't know because there will be legal battles. There's no question the players who have made the jump have been told by their representatives, both agents and also their legal representatives, that they think they can win this in court. We'll see what happens. It could be a long legal battle, or it could be the fact that the PGA Tour and all these governing bodies negotiate some sort of settlement which allows these players to participate in both leagues down the line. Sit back and watch, Chris, because this is going to take some time. Right now, it is a stunner. What is happening? It's happened so quickly, and some of the names who jumped are somewhat head scratchers. Taylor Gooch, top 50 in the world, a winner for the first time on the PGA Tour. Hudson Swafford won again this year for the 3rd time. Pretty amazing when you look at some of these names. And then obviously, Graham McDowell hasn't won in quite some time. Sergio hasn't won since he won the Masters 5 years ago. Louis Oosthuizen won his Open Championship a long, long time ago. And of course, Phil Mickelson is 51 years old, but he is the oldest major champion, having won that PGA Championship at the age of 50. The big name, though, is Dustin Johnson, still in the prime of his career. But amazing stuff when you think about those players jumped ship, and they did it for the money. There is no question about it. Graham McDowell in his statement said, listen, as a professional golfer, I have a family and children at home. I'm traveling upwards of 35 to 38 weeks out of the year. I'm away from my family. Now I have an opportunity to be at home and travel to just 8 events and perhaps the 4 major championships. So that's why I decided to make this move at this stage of his career. So it's hard to fault these players when they say things like that. At the same time, the loyalty to the PGA Tour, which has provided them such a great life up to this point, that is also right there as you counterbalance everything. So what an incredible debate it is, Chris, really, when you break everything down.
Interesting times, unprecedented times in the world of golf right now,
yes,
with the LIV Golf Series teeing it up in just a couple of days, and Phil Mickelson announcing he will be playing in that very first event. Doug Bell with us here on CBS Sports HQ. Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson, the big names involved in this. You've got the London event, which is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. As Doug said, it's just 54 holes. It's a shotgun start. It's, for a lot of these guys, more money for less play and less stress as well. And then the next event is going to be in the United States, in Portland, in the first weekend of July. Then the rest of it goes through October. So it's, at least for this first year of the LIV Golf Series, 8 events, with the majority of them taking place in the United States.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.